Bienvenue.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Live at 5 Remote.
Woo!
What's good? I just realized I was muted for the Velcommon, but like it's okay. They got it.
Ah, you saw his lips move. You
Yeah,
saw
you
Jack's
saw it.
lips move.
You saw it. How
It was you were supposed to fill in the blank, you know?
Yeah.
You see the lips move, and then you hear us, and then you're like, oh, it's Willkommen. Okay.
It's happening. We'll coming at you live from our homes.
Velcommon at you. I love it.
I'm surprised we've never made that joke before.
Live.
Now I'm disappointed. I think we need to start over. I think
Oh
we
my
need to
gosh.
start over the whole band and all the streams, rebrand, new channel, so we can start out with Velcommon at you and pretend like it was always a thing.
Will coming at you live. Bienvenue
I'm
content
ready to go.
coming every week. Hello and thank you for joining. I guess we need to find puns with each of them.
Hello, everybody who is in the world.
Get your bienvenue dose of
everybody.
UFN.
As opposed to...
It's great to see you. Oh, in chat, we've got a bunch. We already got some people. I don't recognize that name, but I'm always assuming that it's Cass just changing their name. I never know.
Swiggalicious 222.
Swiggalicious 222. I didn't want to be the first one to take the plunge on how to say it. So I read it. I was like, I knew it starts with an S.
I'm sorry. It's Southwest Ilocayas.
Oh.
Southwest Igilocayas, sorry.
Igilocayas.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
You're right. Sorry, my bad.
It's like Southwest Airlines,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
for Igilocayas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you're allowed to steal that, Cass. I give you permission. Not that you really need it. I mean, you would take it if you wanted to, I suppose. I mean, go get them. But anyway, welcome everybody to this Live at 5. I hope you're all doing fantastically. Yeah, I do also see that we have got lots of users in here. The roll call is going to be easy today because it's a lot easier for me to get the user list now.
Right, yeah. You've got like, I assume Jack's got, do you see behind me right now? All these hacker compute. That's Jack's actual setup.
Yeah, that's my.
This is just a rolling GIF of his actual setup I took last time I was there.
Yeah, it's all green like that too. I do some
Yeah.
massive color correction in my camera.
Yeah. He hits a giant button on the side of his wall and it turns it all green. And it just darkens all the lights.
Yep. I got a big old red-blue filter on my stuff.
Absolutely. So we got a basically a full-length Live at 5 for you. So we're gonna be going till like 6:30ish PST. So we'll definitely
Actually,
be
one correction on that. We're going till 6.
one correction. 6. Okay, thank
Yes.
you.
But
Gotcha.
it's okay. I didn't tell you. But
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Roll with the punches. We got this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we got plenty of stuff. I think we have a segment though. coming up. Yeah.
We would normally have a segment coming up. Yes. However, I don't have the stinger or the anything. So it's gonna have to be interrupting Cow the whole time this time.
Oh, yes. This is dynamic. This is
Hey,
exactly.
Which
This
is
is
like,
exactly what Sad needs.
it's exactly the kind of moment to, yes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, Jack always just like interrupts me. I'm sorry.
That's how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to
And
get in and interrupt.
speaking of, I will invite you to introduce the stream today, right before the roll call segment. We've got it all written out in your agenda. I know I
have a
already kind of
list.
introduced it, but you know.
We're fancy. We brought out a
Yes.
list.
No, it is January 18th, 2023. It is the first remote Live at 5 of the season, and we are all here, but not here. You dig? Like here in this house, but we're here.
I dig it.
You know.
We're trapped in digital boxes.
Oh!
Anyways, so anyway, for the
Yo.
roll call, this counts as an interruption because I'm just gonna step all over everything that's happening right here. Stop it is not the 18th. Are you for real? I'm absolutely for real, and I'm also for real that 0AX2 is the first user I see in our chat log today.
Woo!
Along with
Segue.
that, I think we're going like alphabetically today because I got
Okay.
users in there, and that's just how Twitch is organizing it. So alphabetically, we got 0AX2 because it's numerical, so it comes first, and then we got Alien Gathering right after that. Hello, nice to see you. Thank you for coming. All the viewership and all the subscribers and all the ads you might watch on this stream, everybody. It all helps support a band, get some songs recorded, get on stage. And speaking of that, we do have some cool announcements later, but next we have another TTV viewer, which I believe is a bot usually here. Thank you and welcome.
Either a bot or a really dedicated fan.
Really dedicated.
Really dedicated.
Like every stream. At least every live at 5.
Yeah, that's true.
Along with that, right after that we have
Doesn't
Ashley.
watches.
Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Wait, that's the point.
No, don't be sorry. That's yeah, exactly.
We got Ashley with 2 H's. I haven't seen that spelling. I imagine it's a Twitch thing, but if that is your real name, that's rather unique. I like it. And then we also have Diamond Dex 0. Good to see you again. Thank you and welcome. And we have Drapsnat. I love seeing that name in our chat. That brings me so much joy.
Drapsnat.
Yes. We have Pigerino 111, which is the you're the mighty Peach in my head. I don't really know why.
The mighty Peach.
Yeah, it's just how it is.
What is it? Oh, I'm thinking James and the Giant Peach or something like that.
James the Giant Peach.
Oh my god.
That's what popped into my head. You put an adjective in front of Peach, and my brain connected some weird lines to get to James and the Mighty Peach.
There you go, mighty Peach.
Or Giant Peach. Yeah.
Yes. And then after that, last user I have in the alphabetical chat today, we have Swiggalicious222, also known as Southwest Igalikius. Wait.
What was it?
Agilicus.
Agilicus. Yes.
Igillicus, yeah, Southwest Igillicus.
Olicius? No, oh yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, Igilicius or something. Yeah. Agilicus. I like Agilicus. That sounds like a character from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Kind of does, right? or like God of War.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Because it's like it's always confused, like, cause I can't really tell where it comes from. It could be Greek, but it also could very well be Nordic. So I don't know, but it definitely sounds more Greek Spartan than it does Nordic. But
Yeah.
but
It's true, Igillicus, you know.
but we're not
Same.
historians. We just pretend.
Kratos.
Oh, it's the Eus, because Theseus, Perseus, Agilicus.
Yes, I believe so. Also, I'm gonna be
A lot of
increasing the volume on some folks right now.
Yes, definitely. I actually need to turn up some folks as well.
That's funny. Everybody gets to see that today.
Woo!
And then
A little behind the scenes. And then there's a kilt? I'm sorry.
Everything.
A cult.
A kilt?
Everyone gets to see everything. Sorry. A kilt.
Let's show you our entire just all of our scenes. Let's just screen share OBS at this point.
Yeah, I'll just screen share OBS. I'll give you guys a walkthrough on like how this all works. How I've got. Okay, let me actually count them real quick. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 11 scenes on the virtual Live at 5 scene collection. Just for anyone who wants that trivia, anyone who's curious. It's 11 scenes.
Enter that into the UFN trivia Google Docs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know they exist.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Nobody
Yeah.
can pretend.
How
Nope.
many scenes does
Can't hide
UFN
from
have?
this. Oh my gosh. So, well, technically today,
Today?
but this whole
Tomorrow?
month is January, and January is the month of beginnings. So, I want to begin this this whole stream just by talking about what are your guys' resolutions? Have you made any? Is that a thing you do? Why or why not? Because that's definitely something. This, like, the kickoff to the year is always been crazy for me, but particularly this year. So I feel like I haven't had time. Personally, I haven't had time to make resolutions. What's your guys' take on it?
Resolutions are kind of a stressful, depressing topic for me.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I'm sure there's plenty of people that could relate to that, but it's like you make resolutions like once a year, and then about 3 years in a row you just don't fulfill them, and then they upset you. And you're like, what's the point? If making that yearly commitment isn't gonna convince me to do it, why am I gonna make that commitment and just disappoint myself? So there's a little bit of depression to work for. But that being said, that my New Year's resolution this year was to get it figured out. And that's just because my resolution's too personal to share.
Ah, gotcha. That's fair.
For sure.
That's fair.
That
What about
that
you,
is
Seth?
that is a big resolution though. I mean,
Get
get,
it
it
figured
figured
out.
out. All of it.
There
I'm
is
imagining-
some.
yeah.
There is something specifically in mind there. I
Yeah.
just can't share it.
I don't know why I'm imagining get it figured out in big block
that's
text,
valid.
like an anime transition. Like,
Get it figured out. I mean,
Yeah, right.
yeah, that is scary.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Yes. I was talking with people today, or yesterday actually, about Full Metal Alchemist, and I've met the one person that said they couldn't get into it. They watched like 3 episodes or 4 episodes, and they said they didn't. It wasn't necessarily that they didn't like it; it's that it didn't hold their interest. I've never met somebody who had that disposition.
Was it Brotherhood or regular?
It was Brotherhood.
Valid. Brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is, right?
I will say, it moved really fast.
Yes.
Like once it starts moving, it does move really fast. It's kind of hard to keep up, but like, it's a good show. I don't know. I'm judging your friend.
I'm judging. You know what?
But
Maybe not even my friend anymore after that exchange. Honestly.
drama.
There's tension there now, and he doesn't know it, but I do. So, and then what about you?
Yeah.
So resolution wise,
Yeah,
do you
no,
have
I
any set or?
I think when it comes to resolutions, I'm kind of in the same vein of like it puts a lot of pressure on me, and I'm like it always gets really nerve wracking. But I think the New Year's resolution this year is really just to it's almost, I'm not trying to steal your answer, Jack, but it is to figure out something. And really just to make sure that I'm happy where I am and what decisions that I'm making in the future. And respecting myself, really. That's a big one.
That's a big
'Cause
one.
There's been a lot of instances like last year I definitely was like, I'm gonna love myself more. I'm gonna take care of that self-love. And I did that, but I forgot about the respect. And it is different. Like, 'cause you can love yourself and you can let yourself indulge in things, but if you let yourself be hurt in that process in a way that like demeans who you are and what you stand for and the things that you value, then that's a problem. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fair. And
Yeah.
I heard
That's
it
mine,
take.
kinda.
Say again. Oh, gotcha. I heard it take
No, I
one.
was just saying that's mine, kind of.
Oh, gotcha. I heard it take that. What was it? This guy swore off of doing New Year's resolutions and focused more on themes. So instead of a specific theme or like a specific thing that you're doing, you give yourself more of a broad, more of a broad sweeping generalization. Like I'm trying to think of a good, like saying, like reading more, just in general as a theme. Like this year's theme is reading. This year's theme is maybe travel or like going out a little bit. And that gives you a lot more leeway in how you approach it. Because then it doesn't have to be like, the resolution isn't to go to more like live shows or you could just go out. You could go for walks. It's more broad, gives you more ways to approach it that are more approachable for you and your schedule and your kind of wherever you're at mentally. So I think that's an interesting idea. For me, I'm so scatterbrained it would be so hard to remember about the themes.
You're like, oh god, what am I supposed to be doing this year? Comes June. Ah.
Yeah. I also have you guys heard of what vision boards
Yeah,
are?
right.
Vision boards.
Vision
What is
boards.
that, like a web plot of what you plan to accomplish over the next 5 years?
Kinda. Basically, it's because I said, what was it? I was talking with somebody and I said something about a bucket list. And then they like immediately were like, you should do a vision board instead. Like no bucket list, vision board. It's like a cork board up on your wall. I guess you could do it virtually too. But it's supposed to be you look at it every day. And it's like pictures of specifically 2023, picture of like, I want to go visit Alaska or something. So you have a picture of Alaska there. Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely something that like I personally work more on the themes topic, but if I did like have like, oh, I want to go to Paris or something, I think the problem is I'm thinking of it like in terms of travel, and I'm not a travel guy.
Right.
I'll travel for work, but I don't necessarily I don't plan vacations. I'm not the person in my family that plans vacations.
So are these vision boards then? Are they exclusively images, and are they always images of places, or can it be like a drawing you did to represent something?
I think the idea is that it could be a drawing. So if you
Okay.
want to and it's hyper specific. It's like the opposite direction of themes. It's like I want to it would be I'm trying to think of a good one. I want to surf a wave of this height this year or something. If you were a surfer, if you were an outdoorsy person. Unlike me, basically you could draw, I guess, you could draw yourself surfing a wave that was really tall. Or if you were like a parkour guy, you could. I've been watching way too many YouTube shorts of athletic people.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah,
That-
but
yeah.
No, it's
hyper specific, and you give yourself a picture. I think drawn is totally okay. The guy that was recommending it to me had he always printed out like a high def picture.
Okay. Because I think that's really interesting, because a lot of people, like, you can go with like the tack board or like the calendar or the agenda or even the to-do list hanging on your wall. But then, like, to some people that can get kind of stressful, because when you haven't accomplished that thing yet, it reminds you, oh yeah, there's that task that's written on my wall that I haven't done yet, and it can just be negatively reinforcing. But like, if you just have an image or a theme that's visible there, and it just reminds you of the thing that you want. It doesn't remind you of the thing that you're obligated to do. Which I really like, because it's more positive reinforcement, and humans respond better. Humans respond faster to negative stimulus, and they respond better and more healthily to positive stimulus.
Agreed. Yes. Absolutely.
Sure.
We get deep here.
Yeah, we
like
do.
it.
We always do. Also, I like that I like the different variations of resolution.
My New Year's radio communication is to be as flame as possible all year round.
Valid.
Nice.
get
love
it. Honestly, live it.
My New Year's reindustrialization is for Jack to tell me about the Stromae songs I sent. I'm sorry, Rain. I don't have time. But I did get the second batch,
Doing
but
too
I
much.
haven't taken the time to listen to them and really develop any opinions on them yet. Sorry. But that'll happen. You know,
I
these
highly
things
recommend
happen.
this one on your-
These things happen. I'm sorry. That was a song lyric that
In
just
your
popped in my
spare
head.
time,
In your spare time. Yeah.
these things happen.
These things happen.
Yeah.
It was what was
In your
it?
Spare
Oh.
time? What?
It was G-Eazy. It was a G-Eazy song. I do not recommend his songs for family-friendly settings. But
Yeah, I'm like,
there was
G-Eazy is a name to
specific
throw.
song. It's a weird name to throw. I had a rap phase like in high school.
I haven't. I was gonna say that honestly shocks me that you would listen to G-Eazy. I haven't heard a G-Eazy song in years. So like,
Me neither. It's been
man,
ages.
that's wild though.
I just have little like broken like fragments of like journal paper with lyrics written on them, like thrown like confetti around my head, in my brain.
There's a G-Eazy song
Same.
that Burrito and I used to listen to a lot. And I can't remember what it is right now.
The burrito.
I'll find out by the time we're done with the stream, I'm sure.
Yes. There's a new Fall Out Boy song.
Gotcha.
Old-
I just
Oh no.
I just remember that G-Eazy dated Halsey for a sec.
Wait, they did?
That's what I remember about G-Eazy. But yeah, there is a new Fall Out Boy song. Yeah.
Wait.
And I haven't heard it yet. I heard a snippet of it. I don't know how I feel about it personally. I'm really more of an old Fall Out Boy fan, so I might have a differing opinion than the majority. Yeah.
It is tough, kind of like feeling like you've grown distant from an artist. Do you feel like you've grown distant from the artist, like the direction they took it, or the style as a whole? Because for me, it was like when I listened to rap, I listened. Yeah, it's the style. Yeah, that makes sense. It's so difficult. Like I listened to some of the rap I used to listen to, and I'm like, I still enjoy it, but I can tell it's the style that I've gotten tired of, and not the, I don't know, not the any particular artist, which is like sad because like I like the particular artist, like Watsky. Like I don't know how many of you guys know who Watsky is, because I know he's a California-based artist primarily, but love his stuff. I love his stuff. So
Watsky's good. Used to listen.
But
Well-
definitely, like,
yeah.
No, go on. I've spoken plenty.
no, it's okay. There's some sync going on where I can't hear the right thing. I don't think you guys are synced up in time, so it sounds like I think I'm cutting you guys off, and then you guys are accidentally cutting me off, and like I honestly can't tell either way. So
Yeah.
no, I was just gonna say, like, that happens a lot with me, and like, and honestly, kind of this generation who like grows up with a band being one thing, like Linkin Park or Fall Out Boy, or even Panic at the Disco. You know, they had this completely different style back in the day, and then they came back into music, and they're like still really passionate about it. It's just a different passion project, and it gives you a different emotion, like different vibes, and it's just not the same. And you're kind of looking for that nostalgia, you know, when you see an old artist, and you don't get that. It's just kind of like a weird disappointment sort of thing. But it's like, good for them that they're doing, you know,
Right.
new stuff, and it's still like it's what they really want to do, and I'm not gonna bash them for it, but also, you know, I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, that's how I was starting to feel about Panic at the Disco too. I mean, now we have other reasons to not really listen to modern Panic at the Disco, but like that's how I felt when like Pray for the Wicked era started happening. I was like, I mean, it's new and interesting, but it's not what I'm asking for from Panic at the Disco. But it's like at the same time, I'm happy that they're growing as musicians and like moving on and not resting on their laurels and just making the same style of music just because that's what they're expected to do. But they're actually experimenting, and sure, they're still making music that people want to listen to, but it's not just the same thing for the sake of being the same. And it's like I can respect that a bit, but at the same time, I wish genres were easier to just define. Because it'd be so much easier to find more music that you want to listen to. Because like you even search up for pop punk and you get everything. Of course, you get everything from like. Sometimes people even throw Black Veil Brides in there with pop punk. And then you've got on the other side of things, you got Blink 182.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of things, you got like My Chem and then Fall Out Boy. Yeah. It's like, so what really is pop punk, guys?
Right. Yeah. That's such a tough question.
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. I was just gonna mention that I find that Blink 182 is what I think people normally think of when we say pop punk. That's in my experience. Everybody thinks Blink 182, maybe Sum 41, most likely Green Day, like the early, what I consider the early guard of pop punk.
Right.
And then, I feel like there's been so much different since then that like I call, when I tell people what we are, I usually rest on alt pop punk. And I don't like that it's 3 words because it's a lot, but that's like the best definition of it. Just like alt rock is so different than like rock or rock and roll. Like it is a very distinct like sound difference, like Arctic Monkeys versus heck, even Nickelback or like Slash for sure. Like kind of there's such a divide there. So I think there can be a similar divide for alt pop punk and pop punk. So.
Yep. Alt is alt pop in particular, alt pop and alt rock, they blend so much. And I mean, I do like though that our genre sticky situation does have a pretty nice acronym though, because it's alt rock pop punk technically is like the full thing. And we get to say that it's ARP2, which just sounds really fun.
ARP2, yeah. Oh my god, that sounds like
That is nice.
Yeah.
that sounds like something I'd learn in my computer classes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we're using ARP2 today.
I was gonna say that's Moog's new product.
Oh, there you go.
It's
yeah.
it's an arpeggiator. It can handle
The
2
ARP2.
channels.
the ARP2. This man made it too real. This man made it a physical product that we're selling next year.
Moog,
At Moog.
call me. So that
The
is MOOG.
Keep updated
Moog.
on our website.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Oh
So-
man.
So, new
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy song is called
so
Mania. I
good.
guess.
Mania. Mania.
Mania.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know Fall Out Boy released a new song.
I love, is there an echo in here?
Is it-
Oh man.
Ah.
But yeah. In
Ah,
any
what is-
case, we are excited for this new year. All the new music that's been coming out and everything.
Oh.
We do have some plans that we would like to, key you guys in on for a little bit. But first, what are your guys' plans for this year?
Yes. We want to know.
Anybody? Anybody?
Do you have any early
Well,
on?
I do
plans?
remember you mentioned a resolution that was like a good, like a theme resolution, and that was go out more.
Mm.
And that was my resolution in 2020.
Mm.
It was 100% exactly what my resolution was.
That-
go out more.
It's so unfortunate.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
that's just another reason that my whole brain is like, you don't need to do that.
Oh yeah. Do you feel burned? That
Yeah.
is the worst. Oh.
It's like go out more. It's like, okay, well then maybe I'll try again next year. No. Okay, how about next year? No.
Do you remember what happened to us last time?
No, actually though, it's like and it's not even just like that something came up and like someone else like had a problem with it and like it made it impossible. No, literally the universe said no. Like
Yes.
no one could hang out that year. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think if I had to pick a
Yeah.
resolution for this year that I would like share like publicly, it'd probably be to go more headlong into working on mental health and organization.
Mm.
Because that's a thing. I mean, like anybody who's been following UFN for a while can see some evidence of both of those issues. And I just think it's a very true thing that I should be honest about. And yeah. So that's where I'll just leave that there. We don't need to go off on it. We don't. But yeah, I answered the question.
I don't think I did either. I don't think. Wait, did you? I think there was like a lot of like, oh, I've been, I haven't been able to make one, or I don't think it's a good idea to make one. I don't know if we ever. I think for me, I'm gonna go with the theme. I'm gonna go with the general.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is tough, because I'm getting trapped into the idea of worrying too much about
Chop,
what's
chop, John.
stressing me out now. Right, yeah. It's like I don't want to make the theme something that's just worrying me within, the time span of the next few months.
Right.
Because as a whole yearly theme. I'm gonna say talk to my loved ones more.
Oh,
I'm gonna say that.
that's a good one. You actually
Just
like
'cause-
reach out to the people that are like in your life and loving you.
Yeah, and especially one thing that I'm bad at is letting them know where I am. Like if I just divert the plan and I'm like, oh, I want to go get in and out after work and then go for a drive. I just don't tell anybody and I just do it.
Just go do it.
Maybe they might want to know. It's possible they want to know where I am.
I can relate.
So, yeah.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
You did. You know what? I was just talking about you, Emma. You're the one I would
Yeah.
message.
One of the loved ones.
Yes.
Emma Samson. What did you miss? Only the roll call. So far we've talked about what resolutions are, and what kinds of resolutions you can make. We had things like vision boards, we have themes, we have tasks for the year. We asked if anybody had any resolutions that they wanted to share, resolutions, themes, or even like links to vision boards. I'll go check them out.
Yeah. Dude, if you already have a PDF or like a
Right?
an Adobe file.
Yeah, we'll look at them. And we could. That's definitely a thing we could do on the stream. Well, I will, of course, vet it before showing it live because
Yeah.
it would be irresponsible not to. But
Good
yeah.
idea.
But yeah, we talking about January being the month of beginnings. And shortly we'll be giving the announcement about what's going on in March.
Mm-hmm. Shortly.
So welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Willkommen.
Sorry, welcome.
Bienvenue.
Ah, dang it! I missed the opportunity.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Oh man.
It's fine.
We were gonna. No.
Wait. You okay?
No.
Drink more. Well, you're supposed to drink the water, not breathe it.
Can making money be a resolution?
That's good.
Oh my gosh.
I will say it can be. I think it's a very unforgiving resolution. I don't think it gives you a lot of opportunity. However, if that is your resolution and it is in your mind a resolute decision, absolutely. It's kind of
It's definitely. Go ahead.
that's more or less exactly the pressure of resolutions that makes me not want to make them. Because it adds something that's an overarching massive goal. It's very easy to bite off more than you can chew with a resolution because you can, and it can sound as simple as like have a car by the end of the year. The things that have to happen and not happen for that to occur are, I mean, honestly, so much of it is out of your control. And like you can't just hold yourself accountable at the end of the year for not having that done if everything worked against you. So there's that. So that's the thing. But I mean, at the same time, if you think it's perfectly achievable and that's the goal you want to set for yourself, by all means, do it. If it's going to encourage you to do it. And I think that's the spirit of resolutions that kind of often gets forgotten. It's supposed to be encouraging.
Said, do you have a comment on it?
No, I was just gonna say like saving money and making money is it's a perfectly fine resolution. It's just it leaves it leaves room for other things, but like if that's the only thing that you've like planned on doing, then that's one thing that I don't know.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah. I'm like, because I am definitely trying to save money this year. But I don't know that I would necessarily make that a resolution, but hey, man, like, if that's what you're doing, it's all for it, go into it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, do that, get that resolution, like, you know? Dedicate your whole thing to that.
Yeah, I agree. It is maybe, I think it's the mom in me worries that you are gonna set too harsh of a goal for yourself, and so I don't want you to making money, again, like Jack said, can be so out of your own control, but it is something that you do to accomplish some resolutions. Like if you wanted to say you wanted to go travel more or go out with friends more, you do need to make more money to account for that.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely a stepping stone to a resolution. So I don't see why it can't be a resolution. So I also know,
exactly.
I think it's like you can either go the route of a specific goal or you can go the route of like a general theme that you try to like manifest through the whole year in various ways. It's either one specific thing or the general thing. I think put a number on it.
Put a number on it.
If you're gonna go hyper specific, put a number on it, and then you got to break it down. And I'm gonna save that whole talk for the motivational moment with John. We'll do that later.
There we go. All right, that's just a dream. Real resolutions are to read more books and to set a consistent workout schedule. I think those are perfectly reasonable.
Boom.
See, like, and that's kind of the thing. It's like you ask me a question like, can this? I'm gonna answer you as literally and as truthfully as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be like, yes,
And
but I think it's mean. And then and then the real resolutions is set a consistent
Right.
workout schedule. I agree that those are good resolutions, and I also think that they are very reasonable and very kind and encouraging.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in the end, it's it's up to you.
Yeah.
But I will say, I do have a little bit of a thing to say about just expectations and resolutions in general. Just because it's beginning of the year and there's an expectation to do a bunch of stuff and get things done, doesn't mean you have to put all that pressure on you. You know, like you have a New Year's resolution, but you don't have to get that done like as soon as possible, or even necessarily start that resolution, because you have the entire year to do it. Like, just because you might not be able to get your foot in the door like in the beginning doesn't mean you won't do anything that year, you know? Like, so never like put the pressure on you to start like immediately if it's like too much at the moment. Yeah, and if it's like a smaller resolution too, like don't even trip, dog. Like, you got the whole year for that. You got 12 months of doing stuff to reach that resolution. And like, yeah. And it's a big one. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, it can be very easy to get
Yeah.
discouraged,
Oh, yeah.
you know. So it's just something that
Yeah.
for the health of your own for yourself and your own goals, pace yourself for sure. And
Absolutely.
again, don't be afraid to, like
Mhm.
have to delay certain steps in it.
Well, and there's also like the thing with resolutions, and it kind of goes in hand with what I was saying about like being responsible with making the resolutions in the first place. It's like, know your limits. It's like, don't set an expectation of yourself that you know is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, oh yeah, I need to be making $100 an hour by the end of the year. Or don't make a resolution that has a time limit that's too early in the year. Or like, it's like, I need to be making more money by February. It's like, well, that's not really a resolution.
Yeah.
That's a goal.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're all good, but New Year's resolutions, I don't know. I feel like they take up special place in the brain. They can hurt your heart if you don't fulfill them. But yeah.
It's
Yeah,
true.
absolutely.
Get reset.
So I know we do have I think we have 2 more things we want to specifically talk about. I don't know which order we want to do them in. So we have a special segment, and then we have the announcement for what's coming in March. So
Okay, so you did that thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you did that thing already.
A little bit. I mentioned it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
Well, I don't know. Where do you guys want to go? I don't know.
think
How
I'm
is the
down-
stream feeling today? I mean,
Yeah.
are we all here? Are we having a good time?
Yeah.
Are we coming up
Yeah.
with new resolutions? I mean, I saw the other resolutions up there. They're like, I want to hang out with my best friend more. I think those
Yes.
are perfectly good, kind, and healthy ambitions and
You've been
resolutions
approved.
for the year. I do also think that you being creative people can accomplish a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you do spend some quality time and develop some good ideas.
Yeah. And being with another creative person can be one of the most healing things as well. I will say that. When you just when you're on that same wavelength with another creative person.
Cooperative art, when it works, it works.
Oh yeah, and again, that's not to say every instance of creative cooperation is going to be great.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Just a little bit of easy clarification.
Yeah.
Peter says, I'm having a great time. Y'all are my background noise while I'm writing in my notebook right now. We
Woo.
have 12 minutes. Why is it not sending on my computer? This is BS. Do we really have 12 minutes? Wow, it's 5:49.
Whoa.
Time flies.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I think, well maybe, yeah. Let's do the longer thing first.
Okay.
Oh,
my
who
gosh,
am I
hiccups.
kidding? We all know what this is. I'm talking about motivational moment with John, people. We know we are. We're going to talk about motivational moment with John, then we're going to give you all some good news, and then who knows what the hell else is going to come out next. It's too bad we only have like 12 minutes. Oh well. Time for the MMWJ. I'm sorry, did I end?
All right. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to Motivational Moments with John. My name is John, and here's a motivational moment. So, we have been doing a lot of talking about resolutions and themes and vision boards and like the future. The future is a big thing. And we mentioned it. We mentioned, oh my gosh, the hiccups. That was from the inhaling the water. We mentioned the fact of like, you don't need to do everything right now. Like, don't be afraid if you don't get to a certain step in your plan or your goal. I want to specifically tell you guys, make sure that whenever you're tackling something big, break it down. Break it down into smaller steps. You can almost always piece it apart a little bit. And I know you can do it. Whatever you're working on, no matter how big or small it is, break it down into smaller steps, and that'll help you manage it. Because I want to see you guys have a great year. I want to see you guys get some stuff done that you really want to get done. And I hope that we can be kind of part of that for you guys. So thank you so much. You're going to do great. And back to your regularly scheduled programming.
And we're back.
Woo! Back!
What a lovely, touching, motivational moment that was.
My back!
3 years into the roaring... No. What do we call it? 3 years into the mooring 20s.
The mooring. Mooring.
I believe mooring is coming to dock?
To moor. I'm assuming it's spelled M-O-A-R?
M-O-O-R.
M-O-O-R. To more.
It's not Lucy. It's not more.
It's a noun?
Oh, mooring is the port itself. My bad. Ah, well. I was trying to find something to rhyme with roaring 20s and wasn't. So anyway, yeah, that is actually a really good description of the cacophony of errors that was the 20s. So
we represented it metaphorically, is what you're
there we
saying.
go. Exactly. Ah, Swigalicious. There we go with the boring 20s. There we go.
There you go.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say boring 20s.
That's a good one. That is a really good one.
All right, so who wants to share the news then? I think it's too exciting for me to share.
Sad, you want to take it away?
Okay.
I mean, some of you
will
might
take it
already
away.
know.
So
Yeah.
we have some very, we have some very, very important news. So in March, we've mentioned earlier, we have a show that we're doing. So we're gonna be doing a show on March 3rd. If you're in the Bay Area, the tickets are going for $20, and it's going to be at the Firehouse Arts Center in Pleasanton. We're gonna be doing some music. It's gonna be really fun. I don't know if you want to say the other aspect of that, but I will leave that up to you, Jack. Okay, cool. All right, then yeah. So it's just March 3rd this year. It is going to be our last gig until further notice.
Very, very fun. So
Nice.
every show's the last gig.
Until
Further
further
notice.
notice. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. All of them.
Oh my god, we are so insane.
We're gonna have 2 shows back to back, like doing like tours, and we're gonna end the night with saying this is our last show until further notice.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. It's just gonna after every show. So if you come to a live show, expect it.
Yeah,
It needs to be in the docket
You're
now.
never gonna know. In the last ever show, we're still gonna say it.
Oh, that's gonna be
We're gonna
great.
be
We're all like
so,
70.
so
We
you,
all have
when do you
beards.
think UFN's gonna get back on stage? Literally.
You know, eventually,
When do you
we're
think
we're all
UFN's gonna get on
literally
stage?
like
oh, they said until further notice.
we're all dust in the wind, and people are like, one day. But yeah, if you're not familiar with the Firehouse, it's a venue in Pleasanton. I used to work in tech there, but whatever. It's run by the project manager that's actually in charge of things. Is actually, you've heard his name before, and that is one Mark Duncanson, who actually featured on our This Is Temporary album, played Untitled One, wrote that drum track for us. So
Oh, I love that song.
the love is going around. But yeah,
love
it's a UFN show. There are going to be some other artistic acts after and before. But it's UFN's headline. So, I mean, if there was a UFN show to go to, it's going to be this one. Because it's an indoor venue. And it's going to be seated. Tickets are $20, but that's just because the quality is going to be so good. And we do, in fact, have a drummer for this one.
Oh,
Now, we're not really at liberty to discuss who it is yet. They've kind of hinted at some secrecy being used for it. So we're not going to go into that quite yet until I get more clear permission to say. But we do actually have a drummer for this one.
yes.
And that's an exciting thing because we can play our music for you all.
Yeah.
The way it's meant to be played.
Meant to be.
So yeah, pretend like that last gig didn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, forget about it.
Perfect. Perfect. That's where we want you.
Exactly.
Sweet.
Wonder what happened.
Actually, no. It's a good learning experience. We don't dismiss anything.
Yes.
Remember everything.
All of it.
You grow in pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is temporary.
It is.
You know?
All of it is.
That is your mom.
Mm. That was so
Wait.
unnecessary. Jack.
Welcome. Your dad.
Oh my God. Your dad. Yeah. Yeah.
Your
Why did?
dad,
Oh my God.
your
I don't-
siblings.
I don't know why I'm compelled to
job.
do these things.
Oh my gosh. I need you for your
Yeah,
theme for
life.
this year. I need you to do more of that, honestly.
More
I
of
need
that? More your
more
mom
of it.
jokes?
More than your mom jokes.
Okay.
Theme
UFN's
is
next
your
album,
mom.
Your mom is necessary. You know, for a long time, I'm actually not quite certain if it's still actually. Let me just double check. UFNmusic.com. We used to have a headline on our website. Yeah, it's not there anymore. I thought we took it off. It was your mom listens to us.
Oh, I remember that.
Right
I remember
on
that.
emblazoned on the top of the page. I was so proud of that one. And I try to, I think our kind of outreach, our advertisements, I guess I'll say, like the media that we create has often been like a little bit disjointed with how we often will act on stage and even on our Twitch streams. And I'm really working on recently trying to incorporate more consistency in that. So you're going to see more of how we act in our media. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
Gonna be a little more carefree, a little less, edgy, because I think our music is as edgy as it needs to be. And then we can present it how it is, and I think it speaks for itself. So, Chicken Dance over Boy Who Cried.
Yes. There are no rules. Honestly, do whatever you want. And for us, like,
So
it's
shake
kind of.
my butt.
Put it back. That is heat. We took it down because no one reacted to it. No, actually, we just took it down because we were trying to get a little more serious about things.
I'm gonna chicken dance to Boy Who Cried in the parts that I don't play now. It's you can't even in the parts I do play. I'm gonna just put my elbows out.
God.
You're gonna have to duct tape my elbows to the sides of my to the sides of my ribs. I think that's the goal.
Dude, okay. Something that we can share, just because it's a little bit on topic with duct tape and the sides of your ribs and guitars. Unknown studio trick. If you're having a grounding error with your guitar. It is a
no.
perfectly viable solution to get some 2-gauge speaker wire, or even like freaking 16-gauge speaker wire or whatever. Tape it to your arm, and then tape the other end to the metal on your guitar.
I remember doing this.
Yes.
I very much remember doing this for This Is Temporary.
Because you specifically were talking about taping things to yourself, which is why I remembered it. But yeah, that's
Oh
how
my
we
God.
recorded a lot of the tracks in This Is Temporary, because we were having a grounding problem because of the electrical situation in the room. Well, and I think Amos also had something going on.
There
But,
might have been. Yeah. I
Yeah.
have no idea. I still, to this day, do not know. But
but
now
yeah,
I
if
have Amos Mark II.
you got a buzz, it goes away when you're touching your strings, but it comes back every time you're not touching it, just literally wire yourself to your guitar. Don't wire yourself into the input jack. That is unwise.
Yeah, don't.
But yeah, you
Probably
can
not.
absolutely tape a cable to your arm and guitar. It will totally work.
Science?
Oh
Science.
man,
Woo!
is it already 6:01?
It's 6:01, my guys.
It
Parting is such sweet
fortunately.
sorrow, but we are gonna have to go. John, would you play out the outro for us?
Is there a specific outro that I was supposed to know?
No, not necessarily. No,
Ah!
it's just a minor progression.
Make it up as you go.
There you go. That's a good one.
I like this one.
Thank you everyone so much for coming along. It's been, I know, 1 hour goes by so quick. And we usually do hang out a little bit longer, but these virtual ones, we can't do the music thing very often on these. We'll try to find a way to do it, but I'm not foreseeing that we're going to be able to do live music on these virtual Live at 5s. Expect them on the in-person ones, which there is one next month. Don't leave, play games. We do unfortunately have some business to take care of tonight, so we do have to go now. But expect a longer one next time, and then potentially we'll be getting some games on Saturday. Probably bringing back an oldie that we haven't seen for a little while. And on Friday you can expect Dead by Daylight, and potentially something else. Yeah, maybe you'll see. You should play Hangman right now. Oh, thank you. Hangman, Hangman, I win the game. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I'll let everybody else say goodbye a little bit if you want.
Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
All right, I'll catch you later.